Thanks for staying with us. Okay, it's a big weekend, but here in Kentucky, it may be an even bigger day.
That's right.
Of course, Father's Day is on Sunday, but today,
it's
National Bourbon Day.
It's very important.
So to celebrate, we brought in the big guns, and we have Justin Thompson here from Justins House of Bourbon. He is going to give us some gift ideas for dads in our lives and also talk about some of their ridiculous, in the best way possible, collection that you have in the store.
Yeah, we like to say we have the most diverse collection of bourbon in the world for sale.
Wow.
So.
And you do. We've
Yeah.
gone and done a segment there. I know nothing about bourbon. I actually will say you have helped me learn more about bourbon than a lot of people here. And so I that sounds, because you always have something new and tasting. And as somebody who doesn't come from an area that bourbon is, born in you, you've helped me realize there's other taste and all this that goes into it. And a lot of other people are now getting into that as well.
Yeah. At Justins House of Bourbon, the majority of our folks that come in there are actually from out of state. So, and a lot of them are just now getting into bourbon. So, we have bottles in there that range from $15 that we recommend all the way north of $15,000. So
Yeah.
we do have some very, very old and rare bottles, but we have some great things in there that are readily available as well. So we like to recommend them all.
Justin, when somebody comes into your all's shop for the first time, what all can they expect to see, do? Like, what's it going to be like?
Well, folks come in, sometimes they're a little overwhelmed to see all the bottles. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we're right around maybe about 800 varieties now in the
Wow.
shop for sale. So, we just try to calm them down. We do like to greet them at the door and let them know we're here to help. And like I said, we just try to figure out what flavor profile they're looking for. If they're looking for a gift, possibly what price point, or if they're looking for something that's only available in the state, or a state wherever they're coming from. Sometimes our bourbons are not available there. So they want to bring something back special, and so we just try to point them in the right direction of what bottle to go home with.
Now, as the expert, Justin, why does bourbon deserve its own day? What makes it so special?
Well, thanks to the creators of the internet, I guess we have this National Bourbon Day now. So, but obviously, bourbon has a long history here in the United States. Folks, pioneers came to Kentucky in the late 1700s. A lot of those brought some of their distilling knowledge with them. So, a lot of folks don't know that bourbon can actually be made anywhere in the United States, but Kentucky has a monopoly on that. We have, the knowledge that's based here in central Kentucky in the surrounding areas is just, bar none anywhere else. So when someone's actually looking to build a facility, they're almost forced to have to consider Kentucky just because of all the distilling knowledge. The distillers, the distillery makers, they're all right here in Kentucky. So it's just a great industry to have right here.
So we need to respect this day.
Sure, in the right way.
Justin, we have so many varieties just right here in front of us. Can you kind of walk us through some of these and maybe tell us, like, hey, this is, if you're looking for some of these, because people probably are like, this is an excellent gift, so you definitely need to.
Yeah, so these two on the end are two of my favorites, and they are pretty readily available in a lot of retail stores. The one on the end is the Four Roses Small Batch Select. It comes in 104 proof, has 6 different recipes that come in to blend to make that bourbon.
Wow.
So and it's only been on the shelves for a couple months, so it's kind of new. The flavor is there from start to finish. It's one of our #1 recommendations right now. It's folks can get that for right around $60, so it doesn't break the bank.
Right.
And so, like I said, it's one of our favorite ones right now. That's somewhat new. The one next to it is the Old Forester from the Whiskey Roll series, the Prohibition 1920. It's also one of our favorites. That's not, you can pretty much find it in any decent retail shop.
Right.
And again, it comes in right around $60. So,
nice.
Both of those are higher proof. They're over 100 proof. So it might be a little spicy for some people, but you can always bring it down.
Sure.
It's hard to add that, or it's actually impossible to add that back to it.
Right.
So, if it's a little hot for folks, they can bring it down with some ice or some water or put it in the cocktail. But, those are two of our favorite kind of go-to things if someone's just now getting into bourbon or curious about, something they can get
I like
that's
that.
So I
maybe.
should have that
I like
bottle.
the spice. Like you're
Yeah.
like, you know, if it's a little spicy.
And
for
what
you.
about the other ones that you have with you?
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are.
We'll talk about this one real quick here. This is the Oak Carter. It's it's their second bourbon that they've released. It actually came out just this week.
Wow.
So it's pretty limited. Around 1,000 bottles of it were made. It's
Wow.
Kentucky only. But it like
Wow.
like these guys, just a little more amplified, just a little more spice on it there.
Can you tell us about the Big Daddy?
Sure.
Because I know we're running on time, and this is so cool.
Yeah.
Great. So we brought one of our vintage selections in here as well. This is a distilled in 1959 and bottled in 1969 Old Fitzgerald. So this has been in the bottle for over 50 years.
Wow.
And it's a fun thing that the Old Fitzgerald distillery at that time was ran by a gentleman named Julian Van Winkle. Some people might know him better as Pappy Van Winkle.
Right. Right.
That's a beautiful presentation. Well, Justin, if we want to go in and find a gift, where do we find you?
We're on the corner of Jefferson and Main Streets.
Perfect. And do you
Yeah.
have a website that we can go on?
Yeah, just Justins House of Bourbon.
Awesome. Well, we'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for coming and showing your collection and telling us why it's important to celebrate Midday. I'll be right back.